come with us as we go to explore beautiful Erow. We got up at 4:30 in the morning in Khartoum for the 8-hour drive through some lovely desert. Quite bleak, but very beautiful. We stopped here for refreshments, and then Sherry took a turn driving as the men were all sleeping. And we continued up through camel country until we saw the Nile approaching, and we got to Erow. In Erow, we stayed at Hassan's house, Izzo's uncle. This is the entrance to the house here, and this is bread for our meal. And these are some views of the interior part of the courtyard. This is the sit and chat area, and this is our room. Many preparations appear to have been made for the oncoming guests, including fixing the air conditioner and gassing for mosquitoes. But we were very comfortable. But they didn't get rid of this creature, which we found in the morning, scuffling in our corner. From our room, we could go to the kitchen seating area, the laundry shower, or the bathroom, always a pleasure. Or we could go out and explore the rest of Erow, which we did on our first night there. Of the evening light, the best time of the day, we made our way down to the river. It was quite beautiful. That's the outside of our windows. And this is the pathway down to the river. The river used to be a lot further away, and these houses that are now ruins were sort of closer to the river, but still quite a ways away. Now they're very close to the river. The river has come a lot closer and taken away most of the farmland that was here. However, all of these date trees are still there, although again, they're being lost to the river. The river is eroding closer and closer. And I guess it's at the mercy of the dam in Egypt. However, this was my favorite spot here by the river in the evening light. Here we are in Erow, first evening. Something like what, 7 o'clock, do you think? These are the nice houses by the river. Get one of these cheap. If you come around here, oh my God, it's the Nile. Don't you just want to jump in? And look at this sun setting over here. Isn't that beautiful? And here is a wadie. Most evenings, or many evenings, we'd make our way down to the water and enjoy many, many beautiful sunsets on this fast-flowing river. Apparently we can't swim there because the current is too strong and we would end up in Cairo. But it looks so beautiful. On our second night in Erow, we were lucky to go on a boat ride with Ali, Izzo's brother from another mother, who lives in Erow. Lovely, lovely, lovely man. He's the father of all the children you saw in my last video, or not all of them, but a lot of them. So we made our way down to the boat, not an easy feat on crutches, and then into the boat, also not an easy feat on crutches.
On the Nile!
We're on a boat on the Nile. Izzo, say hi! Hi!
Hi everyone!
There I am on the boat on the Nile. Hi! So beautiful at that time of night going down the Nile. This is ruins of an ancient temple. It was remarkable how strong the current was. They kept talking about how you couldn't swim because the current is too strong. And it was pretty strong looking at the water. Beautiful. I don't want to risk it. A lot harder to boat upstream than downstream. That was for sure. And I got my wish. We landed on this sandbank and I got to go swimming. Here I am in the water. It wasn't really swimming as much as dipping. On the way back, we met a fisherman and his catch on the way home. Catfish by the look of things. And again, just the beautiful light on the shores of the Nile as the sun sets. The next day, we headed across the square to Ali's house, passing Izzo's family house to get to Ali's, where we met Husseima, Ahmed, Hamoudi, Haboudi, and Romesa, and new baby Ayub, just 2 weeks old. Food was a big part of my enjoyment of Sudan. Here's Fatuma helping us make lumi lumi, Fozia sorting chickpeas, Azza cooking bread over the fire. It seemed everywhere we went there was food to be eaten, and we had to wait and eat the food. Fortunately, I really liked the food, and it did not make me sick, so I enjoyed everything. Well, I stayed away from the spice, but I did enjoy it all. It's long, it's a little bumpy. We're going to where we're going? Shimato, next door. We're going next door. Next door village. We went to Shimato to visit another new baby and to have a look around a different village. We had a lovely walk down to the river. Every one of these walks was quite a trek for Sherry, but she managed it. She's a trooper. Luckily, we got a boat ride back to Erow and got to enjoy the evening on the river again. Definitely a big favorite of mine also. Look at all the dates up there in those trees, waiting to ripen. And again with the sunsets. I can't seem to stop taking pictures of the sunsets, but they certainly had some beautiful ones. And then back through the ruined houses to our home at Hassan's. One of the best parts of Erow was, of course, the children, and we couldn't leave without a few school visits. This is the staff room, and certainly visiting the schools, you started to realize how rich we are in Canada. This is the local village school. The next day we were going to Romesa's school, but it was a bad day. We had to clean the van, cover ourselves up, and head off. Drinking my tea as we drive to school. A sandstorm. Cool. The weather was very dusty and dirty, but visually it was really interesting. We arrived in Shiwato to the school. We were very, very, very happily greeted. And we visited each class. We even managed to teach a couple of classes some English songs and have a look around the school. Some of the students live there, some of the girls. This is where they live. 2 bathrooms that work. This is where their beds are, they sleep. At recess time, they took us to the tuck shop for snacks and the cafeteria where we eat. This was our last day in Erow, so we had a picnic down on the shores. It was stinking hot. This is the mosque. Romesa took me to see the mosque as a last visit before we left.
Erow. Bye, Erow. Bye, mosquito.
And we got a ride out to the road where we waited for the bus to pick us up to head back to Khartoum. Altogether, sad to leave, and a beautiful spot. Bus ride back full of lovely images of desert, and eventually back to Khartoum around 6 o'clock at night.